Hi everybody, welcome to TWLO Stocks channel. Today I present you a new episode. Specifically, I will give you 5 top cloud computing stocks for 2021. So these cloud computing stocks have good momentum and some have good growth as well. And the cloud computing space has been a very strong performer recently. So I think it definitely pays to watch that video until the end with me and have a look at all of these strong cloud computing stocks. So before I start right off with the first cloud computing stock, I have to make a short disclaimer. This video does not constitute financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only, so please consider that. And also, one more quick note. Please subscribe now to my channel with a link in the description below so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. So please subscribe now, and also so that you do not miss the part 2 of the my newest stock selection videos with the tech momentum stocks and the tech IPO stocks. Okay, so that was it for the intro. So let's start right off with the first top cloud computing stock for 2021, and it is SPT. Sprout Social. Here you can see the long-term chart of Sprout Social, and as you can see, I mean, this stock is looking nice. Sprout had its IPO in December 2019, and so it's a quite young company. It's in its first 10 years after its IPO. And why does that matter? Because 95% of the super performance of strong stocks is happening in their first 10 years after their IPOs. So it definitely pays if you watch out for young companies in their first 10 years after their IPOs. And Sprout is one of them. So it could be a very strong performer going forward because it's so young. And after its IPO, it formed a nice IPO base here, and it could break out of that IPO base around May 2020 and form a nice and strong uptrend since then. The short-term chart, we see that uptrend. We see here, for instance, a base, period of pause in the uptrend. Here another base, This is a shorter term base, or it could and here another base. And now looks like we are building here a new base in Sprout currently. And yeah, we had a strong move, strong leg up. Now we are coming back a little bit. And I think soon we could continue with that strong uptrend in Sprout. When we look at the growth characteristics for Sprout, I mean, the EPS growth, it's not the strongest. It's minus 8%. But the sales growth, it's good with plus 27%. And the relative strength rating is okay with 89. So with these characteristics and such a young stock, I think Sprout is definitely a top cloud computing stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Sprout Social. So now let's have a look at the next top cloud computing stock for 2021. And it is TWLO, TWLO. Here you can see the long-term chart of TWLO, and as you can see, we have been in a nice uptrend since 2018 in TWLO until around July 2019. Then we had a stronger correction phase in TWLO, and we made the low together with the market low after the Corona breakdown in March 2020. We reversed from that low, traded to the upside, and formed a nice and strong uptrend in TWLO since then. The short-term chart, you see that uptrend, and you see as well, for instance, here we bounce of the 100-day moving average, the green line, to the upside. Again, a bounce of the 100-day moving average to the upside, and since here various bounces, here bounce of the 20-day to the upside, here the 40-day to the upside, here bounce of the 50-day to the upside. Now looks like we are bouncing of the 50-day to the upside in TWLO. So I think the entry level is a good entry level for TWLO at the moment, just around the very close to the 50-day. So I think from a technical standpoint, TWLO is looking great here. And when we look at the growth characteristics, these are excellent as well. I mean, the EPS growth, it's good with plus 47%, and so is the sales growth, or it's even better with plus 59%. And the relative strength rating, it's okay as well with 88. So with these characteristics, TWLO is definitely a top cloud computing stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for TWLO. So now let's have a look at the next cloud computing stock for 2021. And it is NET, Cloudflare. Here you can see the long-term chart of Cloudflare, and as you can see, Cloudflare had its IPO in September 2019. So it is in its first 10 years after its IPO, and it formed a nice IPO base here. And it broke out of that IPO base around March 2020 and formed a nice and strong uptrend since then. The short-term chart, we see that nice uptrend. Here we see, for instance, a period of pause in that uptrend, which is a base and a base breakout, a strong breakout to the upside. And now here looks like we are building a new base in Cloudflare. And currently we are trading near the lows of that base here. So I think it's an attractive entry point. And when we look in the longer term chart, for instance, here one time we had a bounce of the 100-day moving average to the upside. And now we are trading currently exactly at the 100-day moving average. So I think we could bounce to the upside as well. If the market is holding up, I think we could bounce in Cloudflare here as well to the upside and continue with that strong uptrend in Cloudflare. When we look at the growth characteristics of Cloudflare, I mean, the EPS course, it's a little bit sluggish. It's negative with minus 32%. But the sales growth, it's very good with plus 52%. And the relative strength rating, it's okay with 88. So with these characteristics, Cloudflare is also a top cloud computing stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Cloudflare. So now let's have a look at the next top cloud computing stock for 2021. And it is ZM, Zoom Video Communications. Here you can see the long-term chart of Zoom Video. And as you can see, Zoom Video was an IPO in April 2019. So it's in its first 10 years after its IPO. So it could be in its super performance phase. And after, it formed a nice IPO base here and could break out of that IPO base in March 2020 and form a nice and strong uptrend since then. In the short-term chart here, you see an uptrend, a short-term base here, and a breakout, strong breakout. And now you see like we have a longer-term, let's say, consolidation phase or base building phase now taking some time, because before we had a very strong momentum up move, and now looks like we are consolidating a little bit longer in Zoom Video, and currently we are trading at the lows of that consolidation phase. So I think so at the moment we have an attractive entry point for Zoom Video. So when we look at the growth characteristics for Zoom Video, I mean, they are excellent. The EPS growth is super strong with 5,050%. And the sales growth is also way strong with 361%. And the relative strength rating is okay with 88. So with these characteristics, Zoom Video is definitely a top cloud computing stock for 2021. Okay, so that was it for Zoom Video. So now we come to the last top cloud computing stock for 2021 for today, and it is SHOP, Shopify. Here you can see the longer term chart of Shopify, and as you can see, Shopify was an IPO in May 2015. After its IPO, it formed a nice IPO base here and could break out of that IPO base around, let's say, August 2016 and form a nice and strong uptrend since then. In the short-term chart here, you see an uptrend as well. Here, a period of pause or consolidation, move to the upside, shorter-term base, shorter-term period of pause, and then again, another period of pause, consolidation, breakout, base on top of the base, and now breakout, and now we are coming back. Looks like we are building a new base in Shopify. And I think soon we could continue with that strong uptrend in Shopify. When we look at the growth characteristics for Shopify, I mean, these are excellent at the moment. The EPS growth is super strong with 4,826%. And the sales growth is also very strong with 95%. And the relative strength rating, it's okay with 84. So with these characteristics and its strong market position, Shopify is definitely a top cloud computing stock for 2021. Okay, so these were the cloud computing stocks for 2021 for today. I hope in that video are some nice cloud computing stocks which you can use for your research. And also do not forget, please subscribe now to my channel with the link in the description below and hit the notifications bell so that going forward you do not miss any market leading stocks from me. For instance, so that you do not miss the upcoming videos about the tech IPO stocks and the tech momentum stock and the tech growth stocks, which I will be releasing soon. So thank you for watching that video, and I hope to see you again soon in the future. And I think this year will be an exciting stock trading year with all that fiscal and monetary stimulus going on around the world from all of these central banks and governments. And I think this massive liquidity will propel stock prices higher and higher and ultimately lead to an stock price inflation. And I think this is what we are looking here for. And so it definitely pays if you invest your time into researching a lot of strong stocks. And also it could pay off much if you look my channel often, because this is what I find. I can give you some inputs for your research, can give you some stock ideas which you can research furthermore. Okay, so thank you for watching again, and I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.